full force type stuff. You know what I mean? I thought it was like it was a hard shot, but it wasn't. Like I just hit him so clean, like where I hit him at, snapped his neck and everything. And if somebody neck turn like that.
Now you gotta wait. Now you gotta do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting to the mud.
Back down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would it?
Coach Bernie stressed that Roach needs to improve his approach for the rematch. While he praised Roach's performance in the first fight, Bernie pointed out that being more aggressive at certain moments could have changed the outcome. His advice shows that smart changes could help Roach win the rematch.
What is he in for this Saturday night?
A rude awakening for sure. He just doing what you have to do, trying to psych yourself out for the fight and things like that. But come off the fridge, it's all about skill versus skill, and who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Fans originally thought Davis would easily beat Roach, especially since Roach moved up in weight. However, Roach's toughness and strong performance have made the rematch even more exciting. He showed he could take Davis's punches and keep up the pressure, which has boosted his confidence and changed how people see him before their next fight.
I look like a real businessman now, you know. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of calmed it and tamed it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on a show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go, in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Wow, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it?
There's too many hoes in the game of too many hoes. Can improve in or improve on, and you know they're gonna come back and they're gonna put their best foot forward, bro. But like, look, if this shit don't motivate you, Tank, you know the fact you got to draw, the fact that you had a big fight lined up with Jake Paul after this, and now you gotta wait, and now you gotta do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting drugged through the mud. You know, and all those fans that was on his side, bro, a lot of them are switching teams now, you know? So, you know, look, he got a lot to prove, not only to himself, but a lot to prove to his fans and his fan base out there. So he go back in there, had his rematch, and he do what he's supposed to do, like he's supposed to do the first time around, then all the shit that happened in the past, it swept under the rug, because that's just how, you know, the fans is and the sport is. You know, and then he moves on.
Gonzalez
Tank, you voluntarily took a knee midway through this fight. It was not ruled a knockdown. What happened?
I just got my head done 2 days ago.
Clearly winning. This time, he expects even more effort from both men because they know what's on the line. Davis, eager to get his reputation back, will probably be more aggressive, while Roach, confident in his skills, will try to show he belongs with the best. Gonzalez predicts an exciting fight, with both fighters making key changes to get a clear win in this highly anticipated rematch.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents. And everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this shit. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Like I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So,
Gary Russell Jr. offered his assessment of the first bout, stating that Roach fought on equal footing with Davis, but did not do enough to decisively claim the belt. Russell emphasized the necessity for a challenger to clearly outbox a champion of Davis's caliber. To secure victory, his insights
they were
highlight
trying
the
to go off
Roach
of
faces in
what
the
happened in the
rematch
past,
and the level
that
of
was the wrong
performance
answer.
required to emerge.
Lamont,
Victorious, the
acting
upcoming
like he
rematch
know he
between
won
Gervonta
and
Davis
stroking
Lamont
his
Roach
beard,
is laden with narratives of redemption, controversy, and ambition. Davis seeks to restore his tarnished reputation, while Roach aims to solidify his standing as a top contender. Expert opinions, mental health considerations, and potential alternative matchups add depth to the storyline as both fighters prepare the boxing. World eagerly awaits a definitive conclusion to this compelling rivalry.
Like I expected, but I knew my son was game.
training camp. We was so focused and locked in. I knew that we was gonna put on a great performance, and it was kind of like stolen away from him a little bit with the decision. But the world got to see how good he is, so that's the blessings that come out of this. So he really stamped himself in the boxing world more so with this performance. So like I say, that's why it's bittersweet.
Is it?
We get it. We talked to the team. You know, he fresh off this fight just like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? He might be talking off some whispers or things like that, but I don't know his plans. I don't know his management team and stuff like that. But I know the fans want the rematch, and he should get the fans what they want.
Do you think we could see a rematch take place back in Washington now?
That'd be great. Why not? They just broke the Barclay gate, so I think it'll sell out fast back home.
Gary Russell Jr. agreed with the idea that Davis won the fight. He said that he personally had Davis ahead by 1 round because in rounds where nothing much happened, he wouldn't just give the round to Roach just because Davis didn't knock him out. He disagreed with people who thought Roach won because of that. Russell also mentioned Al Bernstein, a fair and honest commentator who said that Davis won the fight. Bernstein said that while Roach fought well, he didn't do enough to win. He kept it even, but that's not enough to take the title from the champion. Russell explained that while he understood why some people thought Roach won, he personally gave the win to Davis. He also mentioned that Lamont Roach's performance wasn't dynamic enough to separate himself from Davis. He wrapped up by mentioning that Larry Hazard was the referee for the fight. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more.
I can fight Gervonta.
Maybe not. I mean, I think he's had a result, to be honest with you, because one, he should have lost the fight. I mean, he should have had a point deducted. There's no doubt about that. But two, people criticise the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter, but people in boxing know that Roach is a good fighter. Now it's giving him another fight. Because if he would have beaten Roach, he's kind of backed in a corner to fight Shakur Stevenson, I think. But now he's got a rematch that's actually much bigger than the first fight. So, yeah, I think he'll be more switched on for this maybe, but Roach is a good fighter. It won't be.
GervontaDavis is ready and excited for his rematch with Lamont Roach. He says this time he will knock Roach out. In their first fight, Davis talked a lot but didn't win. Now he's more serious and focused. He really wants to win. Fans are expecting a tough and exciting fight as Davis, also known as Tank, tries to get his revenge. Recently, things got heated between them during a special interview on Fox.
You got to learn from the first fight. And you got to bring something different, but at the same time, you still got to be careful. That goes for both sides. You can't pick a winner. The fight was too good. You can't pick a winner. I see where Lamont neutralized Tank, and I see where Tank neutralized Lamont. Somebody gotta go even further. This might be one of them Jones, man. We might see 3 of these. No bullshit. We might see 3 of these Jones.
Is this a lesson to boxing fans?
GervontaDavis's recent draw with Lamont Roach has hurt his reputation in boxing. He used to be praised for his knockout power and perfect record, but now people are questioning him. Boxing expert Tim Bradley said Davis's name is in the mud after the fight. He also said Davis must win clearly to fix his image. Bradley believes the rematch won't go past 6 rounds, showing how much pressure Davis is under to prove himself.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters. And it's just like, to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids and, you know, he's not signed with TMT, Mayweather,
yeah.
promotions,
No, he's on his own,
anymore. it's like when I hear him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters, and he don't want to be
therapy.
I think he would be better, and even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP. Because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight. You know, so I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank, because to me he just needs to take some serious time to, like, you know, deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have the support from certain people that you used to have. You're not motivated and stuff like that. So it can be very, very tough. So I just hope that he gets the
Lamont.
They were trying
Roach
to go off of what happened in the past, and that was the wrong answer.
In a recent interview,
Lamont acting like he know he won and stroking his beard at the same time.
Best fighters in the world.
Now let's say this fight with Tank doesn't happen for some reason, knock on wood for y'all. Who would you want to fight next, or what would be the next contender, whether it be at 135 or at 130?
So if it's at 135, obviously it's going to be a champ. You got Shakur Stevenson, you got Keyshawn Davis, and Lomachenko if he not retired. We already talked to Shakur, and that we, like, you know what I'm saying, like, that's like he on board. So
when he on board, what do you mean?
Like, I talked to him, like, personally, like me and him, and he was like, you know, we can run it. If he not gonna give you the fight, even before the fight, he was like, after you win, we can unify. I was like, for sure.
I know something funny. When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th,
hard work and focus
we was talking shit, right?
He's
but
not
he
sure
like,
about Davis's
you ain't gonna
mindset
win.
or when the rematch will happen, but he trusts that his son is ready and fully committed.
So he fights somebody. It's the same thing that we're saying about Tank, right? Like, he fights somebody that that's a lot lighter than him. He takes that fight and he gets whooped by Bud. That shit just kind of changes the narrative a little bit.
I feel like the only point they could if I could, in the perfect world, if I could have it, like how I want to have it, thank God Lamont Roach made a name for 135 division, because we needed somebody.
Okay.
Let's be real. So now we got a new person. Thank God. So now we got Lamont Roach. If I can have it my way, Shakur and Tank, y'all go ahead and fight. Y'all go ahead and do that. Y'all go ahead and do that. Let me fight Lamont.
I like that.
Y'all don't rematch just yet, cause y'all still gonna have to rematch. Y'all still can rematch.
Yeah.
However it go between me, Lamont, and Shakur and Tank.
Yeah.
However it go, y'all still can rematch.
Word? You ain't lying.
That's the businessman right there.
And that's two mega fights. That's a mega fight for Gervonta, and that's another big fight for Lamont.
Yeah.
And then Lamont still can go off.
The first fight between Davis and Roach ended in a majority draw, which led to a lot of debate. Famous boxing promoter Eddie Hearn said he thinks Davis should have lost and that he should have been penalized during the fight. This controversy has made fans and experts call for a rematch to settle things once and for all.
Apparently, it's been reported that the WBA president, Gilberto Mendoza, will apparently pursue a rematch between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach after that controversial majority draw decision. Many others, including myself, we were absolutely disgusted by that decision. It feels like that it was an absolute robbery for Lamont Roach, as I do think he deserved to get the W. Especially for Lamont, he deserves that rematch, especially when he proved all the doubters, including myself, that he deserves to be in the ring with Tank Davis. If this doesn't happen for whatever reason, then apparently Shakur Stevenson has offered a chance to Lamont to go for his title, which would be great, to be honest with you. And something should be done about that referee. I mean, that was absolutely disgraceful for what he did over there. And he's the reason why Lamont really didn't get that W, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty sure nothing will happen. Guys, with all of this happening, let me know what you all.
Trainer Greg Hackett said the first fight was very competitive, and it's hard to pick a winner for the rematch. He said both fighters have the skill and drive to win. Julian Gonzalez also pointed out that both Davis and Roach will give it their all in the rematch, showing just how close and exciting their rivalry is.
I gotta go with Tank, because he got that equalizer. It's only a matter of time before he land, but I will say this, shout out to Lamont Roach, man. I like the way he's talking. He's talking like a champion. He ain't showing Tank no respect. See, those my kind of dudes. When dudes got between like this and they rise to the occasion and they don't let the media and their opponent and the politics bully them, they fight back like, yo, I don't care what he did to who. He fighting me, and I don't care how many of y'all praise him and worship him. He's going to sleep. And Lamont Roach talking a good game, but he got to fight one. It's a big difference when you talking and on fight night, when you walk out to that arena, and it's a whole different ball game. So if he can deal with the pressure and deal with everything leading up to the fight like a champion, I believe. Now, mind you, that might not translate to a win, but a star can be born. And if he give Tank a good fight and don't get stopped and give Tank a good fight, a star can be
famous. Boxer Claressa Shields talked about how important mental health is before the rematch. She was concerned about Davis's angry comments and said he might need therapy to deal with deeper issues. Shields believes that taking care of his mental health will help Davis both in life and in the ring.
Documentary, but he did good. Lamont Roach, but only thing, like I say, if he gonna go back and wish he threw his hands more, he might start getting mad at himself and realize that he when he watches the fight, it feel good to hear everybody say that, but when you go watch the fight and you realize, I let him slide too much. Like even the last round, he's standing there posing, looking at the man like and then he got caught with a jab. That wasn't good.